My childhood friend Avery Johnson's uncle, Oscar Hunter, killed himself. Before he died, someone found hundreds of love letters in his drawer, all written to me. None ever sent. So when I got a second chance at life and my mom asked if I wanted to marry Avery, I straight up told her no. I was choosing his uncle Oscar instead. This was my secret. I was living my second life. In my previous life, I married Avery, my childhood sweetheart, but after we tied the knot, he barely came home. Later, when I started bleeding bad during my pregnancy, he ditched me right there because his first love, Stella Locke, called. That snake said, "Avery, power's out at my place and I'm really scared." Just like that, my husband left without thinking twice. Eventually, the bleeding killed both my baby and me. After I died, Avery didn't shed one tear. Just bitched about how my death messed up his vacation plans with his precious Stella. When I opened my eyes again, I was back to the day my mom asked me that question. "Amanda, are you sure about this? You and Avery grew up together. You really want to marry his uncle Oscar instead?" Every time my mom asked, I would just give her the same answer. "Yes, I'm sure. Well, if you want him, that's what matters. Your dad and I will get the ball rolling." Actually, my mom was more hyped than me. She ran straight to ask Oscar that same day, and after he said yes, she booked an outdoor venue right away, and as expected, Avery called, sounding quite pissed. "Amanda, you're doing way too much. First you manipulate our parents into this arranged marriage. Now you're sneaking around booking venues? Girl, have some self-respect. Are you really this thirsty to get hitched? This desperate act is exactly why I can't be with you." I bit my lip, took a breath, and explained, "Avery, I'm not marrying you this time. I chose your..." He just cut me off with a nasty laugh. "Playing hard to get now? Should be seen through your BS earlier. Just plan all the weddings you want. I love Stella, and she's the only one I'm marrying. My heart's hers. You're just making me sick." With that, he ended the call, cutting off anything I was about to say. Whatever. Figure it out soon enough. Our families had been tight for generations, a real old school connection that meant everything in our circle. Avery and I literally grew up next door to each other, sharing every moment like those perfect childhood sweethearts you read about. After Christmas that year, our parents set up the marriage, keeping with tradition and all that family arrangement stuff. But in my last life, Avery dropped a bomb, wanting to break off our engagement to marry someone else. I wouldn't back down, and things got ugly fast. I got my way and married him anyway. But that was just the start of the nightmare. He rarely came home after we tied the knot. And when I finally got pregnant, he straight up moved in with Stella. I could only see his face at some family events. It wasn't until I was about to pop that his family finally pulled rank and made him come back home. But that first night, he was back. We got into a crazy fight that had me bleeding bad. I was scared out of my mind, begging him to get me to a hospital. Then Stella called. And that was all it took. Avery was gone. Me and my unborn baby died right there in that hospital bed. My little one never even got to see daylight. After I died, Avery didn't even show up to my funeral, just took Stella on vacation like it was nothing. My parents couldn't handle the pain. They got sick from being so heartbroken and died not long after. Everything my family owned ended up in Avery's hands, while he and Stella lived their best life with all their kids and grandkids. Last time around, marrying Avery straight up destroyed everything. My family, my life, all of it gone this time. No way I'm letting that happen again. I gotta protect the people who actually care about me. After we locked in the venue, my mom kept pushing me to pick out a wedding dress. Oscar Hunter already copped our wedding rings overseas. Got some big name designer on it. And since he was handling business out there and couldn't come back yet, he sent me a black card to make up for it just a few days ago. I ordered the latest wedding dress from Christmas, a high-end designer brand, this morning. The shop called saying it just came in and invited me to try it on. But the second I walked into the bridal shop, I spotted Avery sitting in the waiting area. When he caught me, his face got all tight. "What are you doing here?" I kept it cool, trying on my wedding dress. Maybe I was looking too unbothered. He seemed shocked for a moment before hitting me with that smirk. "Amanda, what's good? Like the world ran out of men or something. You're really that desperate to marry me?" I looked at that face I used to know so well, feeling a bitter smile creep up. This wasn't the same Avery who would carry me through the rain when my stomach was killing me. Ever since Stella showed up, that protective, caring Avery was gone. Thank God I didn't have to deal with this jerk in this lifetime anymore. I shot him an ice-cold look, then said, "All calm, Avery. I already told you I'm not marrying you. But you're right about one thing, there's plenty of other guys out there. And I'm done chasing after you then? I walked straight to those wedding dresses without even looking back at him. But before I could get far, Avery grabbed my wrist hard, coming at me like crazy. Amanda, what are you trying to pull this time? I struggled to break free, but his grip was just as strong. I sighed helplessly. Avery, what's with all this? I said I won't marry you and I'm over you now. Isn't that what you want? He glared at me with a cold smile. You picked today to try on dresses and still saying you won't marry me. He then looked at the fitting room all lovey-dovey, claiming, Stella's my one and only. Give up already. I told my family last night that I'm canceling our engagement. I don't care if my whole family's against it. I'm marrying Stella no matter what it takes. That what it takes he was talking about was just dropping everything the Johnsons gave him. He built his own company from scratch, and it was doing okay. But compared to the Johnson family's empire, that little business was small potatoes. I forced a fake smile and said it smooth. Well, hope you two are happy together. Don't stress about it. I'm about to get hitched to someone else anyway. So this engagement thing's already dead. I tried to get him to let go, but he just kept staring, holding my wrist. Amanda, what game are you playing now? Who else could you possibly marry besides me? My wrist was hurting so bad that I started tearing up. Just then, Stella walked out. She exclaimed in surprise, Avery, what are you doing? Avery dropped my hand quickly and ran to Stella, trying to grab hers. When she pulled back, he caught on fast and went all soft. All right, let me hit the restroom and clean up first. Just wait for me, babe. Then Avery rushed out, leaving the two of us there. Stella caught my eye and straight up looked at me like she won something. Well, she didn't even try to hide how she felt. That's when I noticed she was wearing the exact wedding dress I'd put a deposit on. The sales associate rushed out after her, panic in her voice. Ms. Locke, that dress is already reserved. We got more gorgeous new pieces that just landed this morning. Why not check those out? Stella went off on the girl, all attitude. My fiancé is the heir of the Johnson family, and he's tight with your boss. He said I can rock whatever I want, money ain't a thing. Plus, it's just reserved, not bought. Why can't I try it on? Then she smirked at me, right? Amanda, even a marriage can be called off, let alone a little dress reservation. The sales associate finally spotted me and almost started crying. Ms. Brown, I'm so sorry. This dress just dropped this morning, and before I could lock it up, Ms. Locke was already trying it on. I wasn't trying to make the girl sweat. Plus, that dress had already touched somebody else's body. So I was over it. I shot her a chill smile. It's fine. If Ms. Locke wants it so bad, she can have it. Didn't y'all get that super exclusive piece in this morning? Let me check that out instead. I tapped that black card in my bag. Since my future husband was so eager for me to spend his money, I might as well do him this one favor. Avery walked out right when I said that. He rolled his eyes hard. Amanda, can you stop embarrassing yourself? I told you I'm marrying Stella, not you. Why are you still doing this? And you even know how much that piece costs. 10 million. How could you possibly afford it? I smiled, pulled out that black card and passed it to the associate. No need to try it on. I'll just take it. Then I bounced out, leaving Avery looking shook and Stella mad salty. That evening, I had a video call with Oscar. It was my first time talking face to face with him since my rebirth, and I felt somewhat nervous. Finally, we agreed to get our marriage papers the morning he came back, though we were about to be husband and wife. It was kind of funny since we barely knew each other. Not even 5 minutes after the video call, Avery hit me up all accusatory. Amanda, where'd you get the money for that crazy expensive dress? You better not be doing something shady behind my back. You were trying to get at Stella at that shop today, weren't you? Didn't I tell you to leave my fiancé alone? You've been doing all this wedding stuff just to make me marry you, huh? Let me make this clear, I will never do it. I was feeling quite good after talking to Oscar, but Avery just messed it up. I was so done with him, so I snapped. Avery, I'm only gonna say this one more time, you are not the one I'm marrying. He was straight up driving me crazy, but no matter what I said, he wouldn't get it through his head. That night, Avery posted on Facebook, getting my marriage certificate with my first and forever love on the 18th. All friends are welcome to come see us make it official. Good for them, I guess. As fate would have it, Oscar and I were planning to get our papers done that same day. The following days, Avery was so busy taking wedding photos with Stella that he finally stopped bugging me. On the 18th, I pulled up to the city hall rocking that $1 million wedding dress, waiting for Oscar outside. Just thinking about how his jaw was gonna drop when he saw me had me smiling to myself. I waited in the car till I saw Avery and Stella go inside first. No way I was letting anyone mess up my big day. But drama found me anyway. Amanda? That you? Some guy who came in after me called out, making Avery's crew in line look back. God, Avery's getting married and you're showing up looking like this. You really out here being the most loyal simp. Pulling up to the city hall in a whole wedding dress, Avery burst in to check out the commotion. The second he spotted me, his face twisted up and he went off. Amanda? What the hell are you doing here? Dressed like that? How thirsty can you be? Think this little stunt's gonna make me put a ring on it? Save yourself the trouble. I won't marry you. Stella's the one. He pulled Stella tight against him, giving me a smug look. I was dead silent but kinda laughing inside. I got real serious. I told you, I'm not marrying you. I'm dressed up but not for you. My man is gonna be here any minute, so please stay away from me. His crew started dying laughing, clowning me for doing the most to marry Avery, saying I took being thirsty to another level. Amanda, we're tired of you playing hard to get. Stop dreaming. Avery's about to get his papers with Stella. If you're that desperate to get married, just pick one of us, for real. I wouldn't mind taking Avery's crazy fans for once. Avery sneered. Come on, you guys are really interested in such a boring, annoying woman. Forget it. Whoever can get her, she's yours. I wouldn't take her even if she were begging. His trash talk pushed me over the edge. I swung to slap him, but he caught my wrist mid-air. I shot daggers at him and growled, "Get it through your thick skull, Avery. I told you, I'm not here to marry you. And I never wanted to marry your sorry ass in the first place." Instead of getting mad, he let out a nasty laugh. Yeah, right, Amanda, who are you trying to fool? You've been stalking me since we were in kindergarten, been all up on me for years, even tried to force me to wife you. Now you're acting like you're over me? Impressive. So, where's this guy you're all dressed up for? Funny how he's keeping you waiting. I yanked my hand away, my face hot with anger. His words cut deep, and my eyes started to water. Then, a deep voice boomed from behind me, "Back the hell off. Avery,